Come on then. What are you waiting for?
I just fell in love with Sandman.
I want to believe that there's a world just beneath the surface of our world, where magic is possible and dreams come true. Everybody from season 1 came back and wanted to make the show even more magical and beautiful, and has worked so hard and so lovingly to outdo themselves this season.
In season 2, we find Dream in a place of rebuilding. He's trying to bring his kingdom back to its former strength.
Everyone he encounters are turning their back on their responsibilities, and he's fraught with this commitment to his realm and his duties, but also wanting to kind of like have his own freedom and his own life.
Well met, brother.
I'm a massive fan of the comics. The fact that we have adapted Season of Mists, that's a big deal for me.
Sun speed. 201, 14 Hotel, take 1.
We are bringing this cast together, minus the one missing brother, for the very first time.
I know you're wondering why I called you all here.
Yes.
And essentially getting these actors together for the first time and seeing the chemistry that evolves around this very awkward dinner table scene.
So here we have quite a big bit of furniture we're making, the endless dinner table.
We call it the Lazy Susan, but it has a round piece on the top that has crystals around the whole thing and light emanating from inside of that to help light the actors' faces.
How's your love life? You killed any girlfriends recently? Or sentenced any others to hell?
Enough!
The moments where we can kind of bring everyone into focus and have this group around us, it feels cosmic. It feels really heightened and incredible and Shakespearean in many ways.
If you say one more word, I will.
You will do nothing in this place, brother.
Destiny is the eldest of the Endless. It was created first. As soon as the first entity was brought into being, it had a destiny, it had a path, even before it had a death.
We see Death and Dream's relationship grow in that I think we expand on what we started with.
Heads up!
She interacts with him in a way that no one else in the family does, and certainly no one else in the mortal realm can. And in season 2, we see that expanded upon because we see Death say things to Dream that no one else would.
You gave her an ultimatum. And when she didn't choose you, you punished her for it.
Even you turn on me.
Shut up and let me finish. You were imprisoned for over 100 years because of Roderick Burgess. Nada has been imprisoned for 10,000 because of you.
We all get on like a house on fire. It's such a lovely team. And that's what you want when you're working. You just want really nice people. Esme's got her quirks and she's so endearing.
Delirium is the essence of the unhinged or the mad.
I made butterflies.
And I think she represents that unique demographic of our social fabric that see things a little differently than everybody else.
A doggy! Hello, doggy.
Hello?
You are a very lovely doggy, aren't you? Yes, you are.
Sir? Sir?
Destruction's relationship with Delirium is a very warm and loving one.
Hello there.
He was there and would ease her worries and anxiety about change that she was going through, and he kind of has this role with a lot of them.
You're expecting us.
Destruction's role is really important in being that catalyst for change in Dream and letting Dream know that change is possible and that it's okay for the right reasons, for love.
In my experience, love is the only good reason to do anything. I'm excited for people to see Dream in love.
The downside of that is once you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you start to have a spiritual awakening. The sins of the past suddenly come rushing back to him in a new light.
What kind of king would I be if I did not risk everything to right a wrong for which I am responsible?
You'd be like every other king that ever lived.
He's determined to go back and try to bring everything into the present in a whole and integrated way. And so that takes Dream to hell and Lucifer, who has vowed to destroy him.
Hello, Dream. We were told you might be visiting.
We built this huge courtyard set for like really what is quite a poetic, philosophical scene between two people.
I've spent 10 billion years in this place. That's a long time.
Throughout the whole show, we try to make it as detailed as possible. Everything from props to sets to locations, which is the fun part of it all.
The way that the show looks, the way it's lit, the way it feels, all of it is because of Jamie Childs, our director.
Our first protocol is like, how can we do this as practical as possible so it feels really tangible and real?
Lucifer goes through an enormous transition whereby they realize that they don't want to have to do that job anymore. I'm tired, Dream. I'm leaving. They decide that their greatest revenge is to simply walk away. Now that we're outside, I can give you this. Hell is yours now.
Well, the key to hell, that is exactly like the key to hell in the graphic novel.
The idea of a being being given the key to hell and having to choose between warring factions of divine representatives from different universes.
I welcome you to the heart of the dreaming.
Is utterly fascinating.
Just give me the key and be done with it.
The Banquet has been an enormous job to create because of all the different realms and individualizing all of these different people. Cluracan, for example, we did some embroidery on his cloak, leather, very glamorous.
Greetings, Lord Shaper.
You know, he's very confident in his approach.
I loved the idea that Cluracan was this mischievous, reckless, fun adventurer. He's a good diplomat. He's a people's person. He knows how to get what he wants from people. And he's just a massive flirt.
May I show you to your table?
You may show me anything you like.
He's very close with his sister Nula, and she's more naive, she's very sweet, and she's sort of got a thing for Dream.
Will you introduce me?
Next time, sister.
Nula and Dream have really, really nice scenes together.
Perhaps it is time to hold a mirror up to those who would impose hell upon you and impossible choices.
They are able to penetrate the conventions of hierarchy and actually have a conversation.
You have given me much to consider.
In those moments, he sees her for who she really is. I think that's so rare for her.
Lady Nula, I'm glad to have met you.
And I you, my lord.
One more, Rich. Okay, straight away, folks. Camera's going back to one. And action!
I think the exploration of fatherhood is a deep one in season 2. Dream's relationship with Orpheus is utterly key.
I will not trade my son's life away.
If I'm your son, then you will do this for me.
It's a tragically complicated one, and one that was difficult to bring to life. Rory is an exquisite actor.
I am a newcomer to the Sandman world.
Will you dance with me?
I am my father's son in that regard. And I've always loved the Greek story of Orpheus. And then I got to read Sandman and saw that it was this gnarly tale of his head being ripped off and all these extra bits that hadn't been in the normal Orpheus tale.
He had to play the disembodied head of his character for some quite intense scenes.
Hello, Orpheus.
Hello, Father. The death scene for Orpheus with Dream, it's huge. It's this thing that Orpheus has been chasing after for 2,000 years to not exist.
Many thousand years I prayed for death. I never thought that you'd be the one to grant it.
There seems to be a huge cost to Dream that he is hinting at throughout the scene, and this is going to change the makeup of the world.
What Dream does in killing Orpheus is sort of the ultimate act of fatherly love. Is sort of the ultimate act of self-sacrifice. Dream knows that in killing Orpheus, he himself will die, but he refuses to let his son suffer for one moment more. So it's less of a slow suicide, I think, to me, than it is Dream showing up for his son in a way that he couldn't have all those thousands of years ago or at the beginning of our series. That it's just a different dream where you love someone that much that you're willing to lay your life down for them.
We had a day of grieving and a day of loss, filming Dream dying and death being there. My first ever day working was working with Dream, working with Tom. And so it was very, very full circle, as is life and death, filming that with Tom.
Are you ready? Then take my hand.
Dream's funeral will be very, very true to the comic. Everyone who was important to Dream gathers to give eulogies at the funeral.
He was a part of... For Lucienne, her home is him. She thought they would be together forever. He was a part of all of us.
What's so beautiful about the episode is it's so philosophical. There's such like a gentleness to it. Just exploring the bigger themes of death and humanity and soul.
I hope that people walk away from The Sandman with a better sense of self and a better sense of understanding the dysfunction of being human. You know, how imperfect it is, how deeply troubled and confusing and beautiful and amazing each individual person is. The show, very much so, is about the journey of discovering that and the journey of finding oneself.
It sort of is all one story. Dream learns to love and to be loved and what love really means. But in doing so, he has to die and essentially be reborn in Daniel as a different Dream.
It does feel like a passing of the baton. Daniel represents the change in Morpheus.
Take your seat. Join us.
We're saying bye to Dream, but we're also saying bye to the show.
And I feel like I'm a better person for being a part of this.
I hope the fans feel the same way that I felt when I finished the comics, which is, wow, I just got taken on a journey in the hands of someone who knew what the heck they were doing.
When you get to spend years with a character, they enter your subconscious and, forgive me, your dreams. And that's an incredibly satisfying way to explore a being.